Okay, so hi guys, I'm Vivian.
I'm Matthew.
I'm Fu.
I'm Quentin.
And I'm Rania.
And we're Team Turing, and we made the tool for anonymous peer evaluation. So to give an overview of our presentation, we're going to give a summary of our semester. So we'll first talk about the background and the initial problem for our client. We'll then talk about who the users are and what the application allows them to do. Then we'll also talk about where the project has been in journey, where the project currently is in present progress, and where we hope it to be in plans and aspirations. And finally, at the end of the presentation, we'll have a live demo. And now Matthew will talk about the background and initial problem.
So this application was created for a TA education class here at Georgia Tech. And in this class, graduate computer science students who are aiming to become TAs learn how to teach various computer science concepts. And at some point during the semester, these TAs have to complete a peer review assignment wherein they record a video of themselves teaching a computer science concept. And they are then paired with another student in the class and they swap videos, assessing each other's teaching abilities. So currently, this process has to be done by hand by the professor, and this is very tedious for two reasons. The first being that the videos often come in a variety of different formats, so it's difficult for the professor to ensure that every student knows how to view the video that they receive. The second is that the names of the files have to be anonymized in order to ensure that the peer review is unbiased, and this makes it difficult for the professor to identify the videos by their name and ensure that they all end up in the correct place. So what this amounts to is just a huge waste of time for the professor to do by hand, which is why for this application we looked for a way to automate the process and just make it easier for the professor to perform.
So the users of our application are mainly our client, who's a professor at Georgia Tech, and his class of graduate student TAs. But since a lot of classes at Georgia Tech do require peer evaluations, whether it be turning in a paragraph on T-Squared, talking about each member's contributions, or even using an official system such as CATME, a lot of professors do have a peer review process for their students. So we thought that this application could encompass and expand to the entire Georgia Tech community so that professors can use this with their students. So the application is a website, and it basically automates the entire peer review process. For professors who use this website, they can create classes and upload rosters of their students. They can create assignments in those classes, and they can release peer review results to students with the click of a button. On the other hand, students who use this website can submit assignments which can require a video or audio file and peer review their peers' work. And now Fu will talk about the journey of our project.
So since the process of project that we have been done up to this point, so the state requirement gathering, we came to the client to talk about his concern and the benefit of the desired applications. And then we create like a list of detailed list of interaction between the system and user for both professor and the student. So while we create the conceptual design, we only focus on solving the initial problem, which is make it less tedious. And then we come to the stage of the making the initial prototype. So we test many different UI design, and then we choose the best one based on the user experience and UI principles and the aesthetics. And then we can perform the heuristic evaluations. For the present progress, we are making changes in our UI design based on the recommendations and comments from the heuristic evaluations. We also make interactive prototype for testing incremental changes. And we start working on the preliminary front end. And also along with that, we also plan ahead for our next stage, which is the implementation. And now Quentin gonna talk about plan and aspirations.
So our primary goal when choosing these libraries was to keep the project simple and efficient. None of our libraries require root access, which makes installation and maintenance much easier. We chose the Node.js and the Express.js web server to make the project efficient and simple to use. The Georgia Tech CAS authentication system is used to allow students to log in securely and easily using their GTID. Our database choice was SQLite because it is self-contained and reliable. Bootstrap is an obvious choice because it is simple and looks great. Last of all, FFmpeg is our audio-video encoder-decoder because of the wide variety of formats that it supports and its portability. We intend to initially create a minimal prototype and then add additional features once it is complete. And now is Rihanna with a live demo.
So we've got a brief demo for you right now. We'll follow this link to the tool for anonymous peer evaluation. This is currently set up in the dev environment that we'll be using, and right now we're going to log in as a TA and show you what that experience would be like. This is using the CAS authentication system so that our end users will have one smooth login experience, and it's using their Georgia Tech credentials, keeping it nice and easy and contained within one login system so there's not the yet another password issue. Right now you're seeing the TA's homepage, and there are two types of assignments here, with the one over here being a assignment 1, which is a video upload, and it has fields for the user to upload the video of them teaching some particular CS topic. And then the one over here is to review a video that one of their peers has uploaded. So over here we would go to choose file, we would select a file from the user's computer. We can just cancel. And then that file would be uploaded. They would hit submit, and then this little status bar at the bottom would change to submitted and tell them what time this assignment was submitted. That video that they've uploaded would then go to the database where the name would be obfuscated, and it would be returned to a different TA in this class, and it would show up like this on their homepage. This TA would then have the option to go to review, where they could see the same video as was previewed on the previous screen and have the option to review using the questions that the professor has inputted or linked to this particular assignment, as well as the space for any additional comments that they feel necessary to make. So we made sure to put the videos side by side with the review form because it's much easier to review at the same time as you're watching the video than to have to go back and forth and back and forth. What was it I wanted to comment on again? So putting these two together makes that a lot smoother for the end user, which is why we made those decisions here. After completing watching the video and then filling out the form to completion, we would hit submit, and then that result would go to the video uploader's homepage, and they would see it as you have feedback waiting for you. And they would be able to go through and review that feedback. So you've now seen a brief demo of this tool for anonymous peer evaluation. Eventually we hope to be able to support both audio and video submissions, having an automated stripping the one from the other with the FFmpeg library that Quentin told you about. And this tool will hopefully eventually be expanded to the wider Georgia Tech community because peer review is such an essential academic tool. Furthermore, one of the things we really tried to focus on this semester was maintaining user-centered design principles and user-centric design so that for the TAs and for the professor, completing this set of tasks is as easy as possible and they're not really having to fight the system, but instead our system is working with them to complete these goals. We have gotten several green lights through our user testing and heuristic evaluation that we have in fact been working towards user-centered principles, and we are excited to move into development on this project in August of 2017. Thank you, and I guess we won't be taking any questions because it's a video, so.